What happens to your body and mind? When you stop masturbating for a whole year, did you know that the average man ejaculates over 5,000 times in his lifetime? That's more than 500 liters of semen expelled. Yet few stop to ask, what if I just stopped? What happens when a man goes an entire year without masturbating? Before we get into today's controversial and eye-opening topic, hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons so you don't miss out on more deep dives into human behavior, sexuality, and psychology. Leave a comment below if you've ever tried nofap or abstaining, even for a short while. Let's talk real experience. Introduction: a year without touching yourself. Crazy or transformative? Going an entire year without masturbating might sound absurd to many, especially in an age where sexual liberation, instant digital gratification, and porn culture are everywhere. With the nofap movement gaining popularity and claims ranging from superhuman energy to spiritual clarity, we need to ask, what actually happens to your mind, body, and emotions when you give up masturbation for 365 days? Let's break this taboo wide open, with scientific studies, expert opinions, real-life examples, and my own thoughts from speaking with hundreds of men who've done it. 1. Breaking free from porn addiction. Over 90% of men who masturbate regularly do it with porn. According to the Journal of Sex Research, compulsive porn use activates the brain's reward circuit in the same way as cocaine. Smash that like button if you think more people should know about the dark connection between porn and mental health. Porn and masturbation have become virtually inseparable, but this link is toxic for many. Prolonged exposure to porn alters your dopamine receptors, pushing you toward more extreme, often disturbing content just to feel the same arousal. Abstaining from masturbation for a year often means quitting porn too. Many men report within 3 to 6 months, their desire for porn diminishes significantly. One Reddit user shared how after 9 months, he could walk past lingerie ads or movie sex scenes without getting triggered. Personal insight. I've interviewed several men in their 20s and 30s who said after a year, they didn't even feel the urge to search for porn. Their brains recalibrated to reality, finding joy in actual intimacy. Scientific note: Dr. Gary Wilson's research, author of Your Brain on Porn, shows abstinence allows the brain's reward system to return to baseline, improving focus, motivation, and emotional stability. 2. Massive boost in energy and drive. Did you know ejaculation releases prolactin and oxytocin, chemicals that can make you feel sleepy, unmotivated, and sluggish afterward? Masturbation, even without porn, can cause temporary energy depletion. But when it becomes a frequent habit, it subtly lowers your baseline motivation, according to the Journal of Behavioral Addictions. One 33-year-old tech worker I spoke with said his productivity skyrocketed after just 60 days of no masturbation. He started waking up early, hitting the gym, and finally launched a side business he'd been procrastinating on for years. By the 6-month mark, he reported consistently higher energy throughout the day, better sleep, and reduced anxiety. Scientific support. A study from Zhejiang University in China showed that testosterone levels spiked by up to 145% after 7 days of abstinence, then normalize. But mental energy and motivation remain elevated long-term due to reduced dopamine desensitization. 3. Clearer focus and mental clarity. What if most of your brain fog and procrastination isn't because of poor discipline, but because you've been draining your mental energy daily through masturbation? Pause here and leave a comment. How do you feel after abstaining for a week? Do you notice a shift? Men on long-term abstinence programs almost unanimously report improved focus, better memory, and faster learning. The reason? Your brain isn't constantly distracted by sexual imagery, fantasy, or the cycle of guilt and shame that often follows porn use. Expert view: neuroscientist Dr. Norman Doidge points out that neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself, is enhanced when addictive habits are broken. By month 4 or 5, many men report mental rebirth, a period of intense focus and clarity, often accompanied by improved performance at work, studies, and even in public speaking or creativity. 4. stronger emotional control, and reduced anxiety. A study in JAMA Psychiatry found that men who masturbate daily are 3 times more likely to suffer from social anxiety or depressive symptoms. If anxiety is something you've struggled with, like and share this video. It might help someone you care about. Masturbation can become a coping mechanism. People use it to self-soothe anxiety, loneliness, or boredom. But like all unhealthy coping methods, it offers short-term relief while reinforcing long-term weakness. By choosing abstinence, you're forcing yourself to face discomfort directly. Over time, your emotional resilience builds. One man shared how after 9 months of no masturbation, he no longer needed dopamine crutches. He dealt with stress by meditating, exercising, or talking with friends. Scientific perspective: abstinence from dopamine. Heavy behaviors like masturbation rebalances the limbic system, reducing anxiety and stabilizing mood. 5. Health risks: the controversial truth. A Harvard study suggested that frequent ejaculation, 21 plus times per month, is linked to reduced prostate cancer risk. Does that mean no masturbation equals more cancer? Don't panic. Comment what you think about this in the section below. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss updates as new research comes in. Here's the truth. The study primarily applied to middle-aged men, not younger males in their 20s or 30s. It also doesn't prove causation, just correlation. The science is far from settled. Experts like Dr. Abraham Morgentaler argue that regular sexual activity with a partner provides better prostate protection than solo masturbation. Others claim that periodic ejaculation, every few weeks, might be enough to keep things healthy. If you're concerned, consult a urologist and make sure you monitor your health, especially after the age of 40. 6. Hormonal adjustment and libido fluctuations. Even if you abstain, your body still produces semen every day. So what happens to all of it? Drop a comment if you've experienced random nighttime emissions or vivid dreams while abstaining. It's more common than you think. Over the year, your endocrine system begins to self-regulate. In the early months, you may experience increased libido, frustration, or even aggression. This is natural. By month 6 or 7, however, many men report that their sexual energy transforms. It becomes more controlled, more present in conversation, eye contact, and confidence. Your body channels sexual energy into ambition, fitness, or creativity. Example: a 25-year-old artist I spoke to said that abstaining for a year unlocked a new wave of inspiration and artistic output. He felt like he reclaimed his primal fire. Conclusion: should you go a whole year without masturbation? Could you really go 365 days without touching yourself? And what would your life look like if you did? If this video opened your eyes, hit like, share it with someone struggling, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly science-backed, experience-driven insights. Tell us in the comments, what's the longest you've ever abstained? So should you go a year without masturbating? Maybe, maybe not. Here's what we've learned. You'll break free from porn addiction. You'll boost energy, focus, and emotional stability. Your relationships, especially with yourself, may dramatically improve. There are health nuances, especially for older men. You don't have to aim for a perfect year. Even 30 to 90 days can reset your brain, improve motivation, and clear the fog. Try it. See how you feel. Don't do it for a movement. Do it for your own transformation. See you next time.